Lots of drawers, 7 that I've, and 1 tray that I've designed for this cabinet so far, require lots of parts. So I had a piece of Baltic birch plywood left over from a long time ago, and I'm glad that I don't have to go out and buy another one, because I think they're over 120 bucks a sheet now. And when I bought this sheet, I believe it was right around 65. That tells you how long I've had it, maybe. But I've got enough parts here to do the 7 drawers, partially a piece left over for the tray, and then I'm not going to do any of that work until I get my my drawer slides, so I can make sure that I have the proper width of drawer. If things work out, and that's why I say I think I've got enough here, I'm going to slam these drawers together with just dominoes, because I can get 4 fronts and backs out of one piece, and then 2 sides out of another. With 7 drawers, obviously I need 14 of each, and then what else was I going to tell you? I guess that's it. In the meantime, I'm going to put the linoleum on the top of my case. I've got it sitting on the floor over here. You can see it in the corner. I have some leftover linoleum that's the same color as my worktop, which will be kind of nice. And then I'm just going to put some contact cement and get that thing put together. I went out and bought some, just came back. Things have gone up a little bit. This is 15 bucks for a 16-ounce can. I think the last time I bought it was around 6 or 7 maybe. But that's the age we live in right now. Anyway, I'll slam that top on here. That'll be the end of this work day. And then I'll get it back up on my bench and go to work on those drawers. Smelly. Dirty. I mean, after trimming it, you just got that laminate all over the place, but satisfying. So once you get done, though, these edges are just sharp as can be. So I like to just take a block plane and put a little bevel on them. There. You gotta love a fit like that. I mean, might be the squarest thing I've ever built. Tiny little gap up here and over here, otherwise tight. I like it. And this panel is square on all 4 corners. So the box is nice and square as well. I'm not going to put this in yet, though. Just cut it to fit. I'll leave it open while I install my drawer slides. I'm getting ready to produce these drawers and my tray, and I had a little cold sweat nightmare last night. My thoughts of having this tray, this pull-out sharpening tray, with the sharpener stored on it, is not going to happen. It just, there's no way that that gets it to the proper height. So I had to readjust my drawer spacing, which is no big deal. They're now going to be a 1/2 inch apart, which will bring the tray up to the 24 inch, you know, in that neighborhood sweet spot, for me anyway. So it's 20 inches from the bottom, and then with the 4-inch casters, that brings that to 24 inches. What I'm going to do is build a tray, put it in there, and there may or may not be 2 drawers above it. I'm going to let that kind of simmer, but I am going to have my tray established at the proper height. Then over on this side will be a storage compartment or a storage tray on the bottom with the proper clearance for that thing to sit in there. When I originally drew up my plans, I had it at 12 inches. And that's how wide it is. I need 15 inches minimum clearance. So that just screwed everything up. I thought, well, I'll just do 3 drawers. But then it drops it down to, I don't remember the height, but 18 inches or so off the floor. Way too low. So it's a kind of a compromise here, but it's gonna work out. I'm gonna store it on this side. When I get ready to use it, I can pull it out, grab it, set it on the tray, put the drawer back in, this tray, storage tray back in, use it at this height for knives, set it up on top for doing side honing on the side of the stone. So I'm fairly confident that this will be okay. It's going to work out. But I'm glad I caught myself now and just didn't get into a rush and build everything and then find out you got to move all the drawers, move the slides. At least at this point, I'm okay with where I'm at. So I'll figure out my spacing. I'm going to build some jigs to put the slides in. I've got one set basically ready to go. I've got to cut the bottom in, and I don't even know what this dimension is, but I used let me show you what I used here. I use this woodpecker's bar gauge. Just set these in here like that. Drop the gauge in, and that's the width of my drawer. You want just a little bit of play, so I set this up and I cut my drawer sides just a hair shorter than that so that they'll slide in easily, and I should be good to go. So I'm going to start mass producing drawers in one tray. I'll cut some more pieces for this other tray, and then I'll be good to go. Because of the setup I'm using here, I've decided to do this in a production style, and I'm using this right angle stop because it gets me a little closer to the outside. I did a little test piece here. If I use the flip stops in here, I think it's going to be too tight. I like this right here. So that's what I've decided to do, and I'm going to take and do, it looks like I've got it set up to do the inside face for the left side first. I'll do 3 drawers at once here. These 6, put that stop in, bring the other one down, do these 6, flip the boards, and do the other faces. These will be the inside face. And then the other thing is I need to change the depth of cut on my front and back pieces, because I'm using 40mm long dominoes. So these are going in at 15mm. The fronts and backs will go in at 25. Now with this piece, the outside face is up, I believe. Yeah. So you want the nicer face, if you want to pick, to put that on the upside. That'll work. That will work. Nice. And square. Okay, I like it. You can see that's nice and square. Cut in some drawer bottoms, and we good to go. Doing the tray was not that complicated because I was able to just register from one side. I was thinking about using a center line, but it worked out that it's, even if it's a little bit off center, no big deal. The only thing I had to do was I made X's on the side that I wanted to reference from. And so when I rotate that, then this X goes on the left side, and then that's when you reverse your stop on your domino. Same thing here. The X is on this side. When I rotate it 180 degrees, X is on the left side. So pretty straightforward. But I almost, before I set this up, I had these all laying down, and I caught myself, thank God. These need to stand up, these two need to lay down. But should go together just fine now. When you get in too big a hurry and you forget your settings, I clipped my finger. I had it on 25, had my finger back here holding that board right into it. So it was a dripper. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Anyway, it'll still work. I'm not worried about it. I'll just make it flush like that and put this toward the back. There. Okay, I'll make a bottom for all these, and then I'll start throwing them in the cabinet.